In the quiet town of Aberdeen, Australia, one name sends chills down the spine. On the surface, Katherine Knight seemed like any other resident, but behind closed doors lurked a gruesome secret. In the heart of this tranquil town, on the 24th of October 1955, a baby girl named Katherine Knight was born. Her family, a volatile mix of personalities, painted a tumultuous backdrop for her early life. Amidst the chaos, Katherine found solace in the company of animals, nurturing a deep affection for them. This gentle spirit, however, stood in stark contrast to an explosive temper that seemed to bubble just beneath the surface. As a child, Katherine's fury was unmatched. It flared without warning, a wildfire ignited by the smallest of sparks. This violent temperament was a troubling sign of what was to come, a foreshadowing of the darkness that would eventually consume her. An apparent affectionate animal lover and gentle spirit, she also harbored a temper unmatched, a troubling indication of what lay ahead. Her maiden voyage into matrimony with David Cowell was marred by shades of violence and domination. David, a hardworking local, had no clue that the woman he'd pledged to spend his life with was far from the average bride. Over time, the veil of marital bliss faded, revealing a portrait of domestic turbulence. Katherine's temper, once seen as a mere character flaw, took a sinister turn. The home they shared became a battlefield, with bouts of aggression and domination from Katherine becoming commonplace. The couple's life, which had started with promises of love and companionship, was now filled with fear and intimidation. It was a tumultuous union, punctuated by violent incidents that left a permanent mark on their lives. This cycle of violence, however, was not destined to last forever. In the end, their marriage met a brutal conclusion, a chilling foreshadow of the horror that was yet to come. Katherine's temper not restrained, ultimately causing a stormy and brutal conclusion. Then came John Price, whose fate would become intertwined with Katherine's malevolent demeanor. Their relationship started off like any other love story, full of warmth, affection, and promises of a bright future. But beneath the surface, the storm was brewing. The initial happiness was merely a facade that concealed a growing undercurrent of violence and mistrust. As time passed, their relationship became a turbulent sea, marked by escalating bouts of hostility and aggression. Katherine's temper once again was unrestrained, and the echoes of her past began to resurface in her present. John, a man who had anticipated a life of love and companionship, found himself ensnared in a web of fear and manipulation. The escalating violence within their relationship was a ticking time bomb, leading them down a path of destruction. What started as a love story soon morphed into a tale of terror, culminating in a climax of unimaginable darkness. John's residence turned into a grisly spectacle of inhumane brutality, horrifying the placid town of Aberdeen and Australia at large. A scene of such horror and violence that it seemed almost unreal. The local authorities, hardened by years of service, were left dumbfounded by the macabre tableau that unfolded before them. The discovery of John's lifeless body sent shockwaves through the community. The once beloved local was now the center of a blood-curdling narrative that no one could have predicted. The news spread like wildfire, leaving the townsfolk in a state of disbelief and terror. As the investigation progressed, the pieces of the puzzle began to fall into place. The signs of struggle, the evidence of premeditation, and the shocking brutality of the act painted a chilling picture. The once ordinary home was now a chilling crime scene, a stark reminder of the darkness that had lurked unnoticed in their midst. The investigation unmasking the chilling events of the eerie night. Katherine's trial, arrest, and subsequent psychiatric analysis unveiled a deeply disturbed psyche. As the courtroom drama unfolded, it became clear that Katherine was not just a woman with a temper, but a vortex of violence, a storm of malice that had swept up and consumed John Price. Her conviction came swiftly, a life sentence for a life taken too soon. The psychiatric evaluations painted a picture of a deeply troubled individual, someone capable of unspeakable brutality. Her story sent shockwaves through the quiet town of Aberdeen. The aftermath of her actions, like a chilling wind, still lingers in the air, a grim reminder of the darkness that once walked among them. Katherine Knight's journey from a tempestuous childhood to a tornado of violence leaves us questioning, how well do we truly know those around us? What degree of darkness lurks within the depths of ordinary faces? In moments of upheaval, what are we capable of?